What's up, man? Episode 2, season 2. Mwah. Excelente. It's so cool to go back in time. I remember being a kid, hearing my uncles talk amongst themselves about the Lakers winning the championship and then Magic getting hurt. And I remember that vaguely, but I wasn't reading newspapers and stuff back then. I was too busy watching cartoons and playing with Legos and Tonka toys. But whenever on the weekend or the big games during the week, the TV was on and my mom and dad, big sports fanatics, my uncles would come over, or we'd go over to my uncles and aunties' house and the Laker games would be on. Living in LA, we seen all the games. So in the back of my mind, I seen it while I was playing with my toys and stuff. But man, what an episode. And again, you're dealing with real history. They won the championship. Magic gets hurt, tears up his knee. He's out for 45 games. That's more than half the season. But they said, well, he'll be back for the playoffs. In the meantime, the team is gelling. They had the best record in the league during that time when Magic was out and Norm Nixon was running a point. So you don't want to break up that chemistry, but you got the second coming to Black Jesus right here in Magic Johnson. When he comes back, it's all good, baby. The Magic is back. Or is it? When you tear up your knee, you never come back 100%. You never do. And Pat Riley, the assistant coach, was secretly working with him, trying to get him ready. Pat Riley knew Magic was special. Even though Norm Nixon was having a career year, an all-star year, he would never be Magic. So this offense was tailor-made to fit the pieces that was there and not the ones that was missing. And when Magic finally came back, he had a rough start and the team just wasn't gelling, but they did enough to get into the playoffs. And during this time, there's arguments and upper management. Trade deadline is coming up. Have a chance to get Skywalker. Man, great athlete. He's available. He's on the block. We can trade Norm Nixon right now and get a true shooting guard who can sky through the air and dunk and hit jump shots. That's what we need to get to the promised land. But the head coach, Paul, was tripping. And he felt that Pat Riley was going behind his back with Jerry West trying to do things, but they knew what was up. He was not a true head coach. And the last year's head coach who fell over on his bike and got hurt never came back. He got a job with the Indiana Pacers and became coach of the year. So all this pressure is on my man Paul Westhead, right? Magic is coming back, got the trade deadline coming up, and this episode is all about ego. Coaches have them, players have them, superstars really have them, and get all of this macho, egotistical bullshit ruining the team. In the meanwhile, Jerry Buss is celebrating the 1-year anniversary of his mom's passing, have friends and family over, and he's going through a lot. You know, he wants to be in love. He reaches out to his ex-girlfriend from 15 years ago just to hang out and reminisce. In the meantime, he's not paying attention to the team like he should, you know, but when he does, it's too late. They never made the trade with Nixon and Skywalker. So when an NBA playoff started, man, Lakers had a gift handed to them. The Houston Rockets barely snuck into the playoffs, under 500, easy pickings. We gonna fly through this. They won game 1? No, fool, they lost. At home, on their home floor, the defending champs lost by 4, 111 to 107. So now they gotta fly to Houston. See, back then, it was the best of 3. Whoever won 2 games moves on. All the pressure's on the Lakers to win. And then meanwhile, they're fighting in the locker room. Norm Nixon, Magic Johnson going head to head, arguing. It took Michael Cooper to bring everybody together. Yo, stop this shit. Apologize to each other and be brothers. Let's hug on this thing. It worked. They won game 2. On the flight back to LA, news reporters, man, they're like villains in this TV series. He's talking to Paul Westhead. Yeah, smart move, man, having Pat Riley work out secretly with Magic Johnson, knowing that his knee's not 100%. That's why he didn't make the trade. That ain't why he didn't make the trade. His ego got in the way, and he heard about that. Again, he felt like his man, his best friend, was stabbing him in the back, and he pulled him aside and said, what's up, man? Are we friends? Friends don't do this to each other. And Pat's like, dude, get out your ass. Your ego's in the way. See, Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers, called Magic Johnson and says, hey, do you think we should do this trade? Magic's like, hell yeah. Well, that never happens back in those days, you know. They felt like if people find out, especially his teammates, this dude was a rookie last year, is now running the team, you know, elbow to elbow, kicking it with Jerry Buss. It's not a good look. And Paul Westhead is the coach, and he's like the last to know everything, right? So he's pissed, and he's throwing his weight around. And these fools get home, game 3, nip and tuck. They're fighting and clawing. And they're down by 1 with 15 seconds to go. Paul Westhead draws up a play. Magic, first option, Kareem. Second option, boom, Nixon. Make it work. Huddle breaks, he walks off. Magic's like, you can tell his head is not all the way in it like it was last year, you know. And Pat Riley whispers in his ear, hey, you're the man. You're the man. Trying to build his confidence, and I get it. Was it the right thing to do? In hindsight, no, it wasn't. 15 seconds ago, Magic gets the ball. Norm Nixon passes it in from out of bounds to Magic. He brings up the floor. He's in the middle of the key. He's looking around. Kareem's open. Cooper's getting open. Nixon is wide open. Remember, these 2 point guards got funk with each other. So, of course, Magic wasn't going to pass him the ball. He remembers what Pat Riley told him. And he takes an ill-advised shot. Loses the game. And that was it. And I remember years ago when I was a kid, there was this newspaper article and on the news in LA, especially local news, they said they call him Tragic Johnson. I'm thinking, was this the time when it happened? It didn't say anything in the TV series. I remember at one time his nickname was Tragic Johnson. And I was too young to understand what happened. Watching this show, I'm thinking, fucked up. Because everybody was going, Magic. I mean, he was the highlight of LA. Biggest smile, won the championship his rookie year, played different positions and did it. But he divided the team because of his mouth and his talent. And he took an ill-advised shot. The ball was an air ball, for God's sake. Never stood a chance. Lakers lose on their home floor. The defending champs go home in the first round to a very bad Houston Rocket team. The offense was never in sync when Magic came back. And I think everybody was looking at him sideways, thinking like, if Magic just would have not played, we probably would have been doing better. But at the same time, half the team feels that it made that trade and got rid of Norm Nixon, who was a cancer in the locker room, they would have advanced and eventually win another title. But yeah, yo, episode 2 was epic. Egos galore, you know, people reminiscing over old love. Great episode, man. I love this show. The basketball is great, the drama is great, the direction is great, cinematography is great. I love the old filter, the texture of the show, feels good. And the 80s music, mwah, it's on point. Yo, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. Peace. You know the routine. Fade to black.